What's going on? How y'all doing today? This video gonna be about entertainer Cher apologizing on Twitter because there was some comments she made that she felt that she could have saved George Floyd, and she received some backlash. It's not that it was so offensive per se, but it was the context which was perplexing. How could she have saved George Floyd again? George Floyd was killed by that racist cop, Derek Chauvin, who's on trial right now, and it's self-explanatory for the eyes to see. But was she thinking she was going to be a white savior for this? You know. Now, I would ask Cher this. She's in an industry that has been openly discriminated against black folks in music, in movies, fashion. I mean, come on now. Let's keep it all 100. And she's never been known to been like speaking out on issues of such social magnitude before. So what could she have done with George Floyd? You know. See, some people like to either marginalize or like let's pretend. But they have issues right there before their own hands and eyes. You know. I'm sure Cher listened to Little Richard, pardon me, as a girl growing up or heard of him. And he spoke about how the business was. You know. She had to have seen things that were happening. She was a big fan of Michael Jackson's, and when he spoke out about the industry and about what he went through and how the powers that be at CBS Records threatened MTV unless they put his video on, she had to have known about that. See, the thing about it is, and I know it's a big difference between contrast, but racial profiling, which is in the same realm. No, George Floyd was lynched and murdered. However, injustices are injustices, and if they happen right before your eyes, you can speak out about them anytime you want to. You know, and you're not going to get a lot of white entertainers that are going to cross that line unless they feel that it is in sync, because if they do, they run the risk of their privileges being revoked or people looking at them sideways and cross-eyed. That's why you never see white athletes, superstar names, entertainers necessarily going the extra mile. There was a time when people did a protest and a march. That's one of the reasons why Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett are held in high regard in certain communities to this day. Not only because they were great musical artists, however, they stood for something. And they didn't stand behind the color of their skin to look sideways when something was happening before their eyes. They spoke out, they did something, they made action happen. Especially Frank Sinatra. Look it up, Google it. Let Google be your friend on what old Blue Eyes did. But anyway, she thinks she could have saved him. Well, kind of hard when someone's got their foot on your neck for 9 minutes. But one thing I will say, if you see something wrong, Cher, and this goes for any white entertainers or personnel, don't be afraid. Unless you're scared that your privilege might get revoked. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments. Thank you, and I do respond. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another, and if you're ready to put your foot in the fire, you better have your own hose, because there is going to be fire that needs to be putting out. I'm just saying. I'm out.